Hello everybody, my name is Pinkshire. Welcome back to Starbloom. Last we left off, I was re-rolling villagers, and this one apparently is stupid. You don't want to do. Why do you want his, huh? You're gonna sit there and be trapped because you're too tall. I told the story of my first D&D adventure last time, which, if I keep up with this posting schedule, will be yesterday for anyone who's watching this day after day. It'll be the last video. My understanding is I haven't read any nitwits yet, and if I did, I would kill them. Breaking 2. Tempting, but I don't have to settle for it yet. I got another day or two, so. We're planning to probably have the end fight on Saturday at some point in time. Saturday for me, specifically, which is in a couple of days. That's one of the things, is I do need a good power. I want a good punch. I want flame on my bow too. I need a decent bow, and I'm gonna need arrows. So if I have time, I'm gonna do a Fletcher, but right now I do have Eris weakness, and that'll be good for the dragon. Looting would be good. If I get it, I'm gonna take it. Quick charge, good for a crossbow. Feather falling 4. I don't need. I have that. Oh, now you're doing it, eh? Look at the sea. See what are you doing? Blast Prot 4. At least you're giving me better ones this time. I didn't see a max level enchantment. Ooh, Impaling 5 is the highest, and I don't have a trident right now. I don't think I'm going to get one. Blast Prot 4. So, there are a few stories I can tell from that first campaign. Stories I think I probably should tell. Fire Prot 4, nice. I always go for straight protection. That's always what I do. It's just how I prefer it. I understand that it's probably better and more efficient to diversify your protections. I always felt that, well, looting 3. So the next story is a little more lengthy, which is fine. A lengthier episode is okay. I only have so much more room, though. So quite a few. I might turn the bridger back on, though, soon. What you got? Stone Blast Prot 4. Loyalty 3. Again, not going to be able to use it. It's kind of pointless. Mending for the 13th time. Unlucky number 13. I have not been counting how many times I'm getting Infinity. I don't want to use Infinity on my bow. For a couple reasons. One, I have access to Fletchers, which means I have access to infinite tipped arrows. Right? And I don't use tipped arrows if I have Infinity on my bow, so there's not much point in it. Fire Aspect 2 is nice. Bane of Arles Prot 5 is nice. Not what I want. Power 1 is weak, though. So, one of the next stories we do is we take a detail traveling to the next city over. I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. So, the city was raided and taken over by some monsters. So, we were contacted by the guild. I don't think I checked them. That could have been what I wanted this entire time. I'm stupid. It was by the militia, the military, to go in and disrupt it, take out the leader, and Orange 3 is nice, but I don't know how to do thorns on my armor. I just don't. So we take a small amount, 14th time seeing mending, a small amount of guards, after Dinar uses the enchanting system, because this is the campaign it comes from. This charity is nice. Again, not what I want. Show me regular protection. I'll take protection 3 at this point in time. Because I can buy the books and combine them myself. I should have enough XP for it. But it is going to be kind of messy. Look at the sea. I could be doing this by fishing. I know. I'm not going to. I'm not big on that. We end up, me and the D&D party end up taking the caves into the city to kind of awake, to surprise the monsters. It's a bunch of goblins and a few giants that we end up fighting. In the caves, we run into ropers, the cave monsters, and we spend some time there. Dinar specifically spends time, because we take a rest after that fight, to kind of manage things after we kill them. And this is something that I particularly remember from Dinar, is that I made him so weird, and it was so much fun to have him that way. I really, really, really enjoyed him. And I endeavored to keep him that way. So, one of the ways the enchanting system works is by using the ashes of the monsters that I kill, I can enchant things using spells that I know and taking time to do it. So Dinar made quite a few things. He made a scimitar infused with the spell Scorching Rays, so it dealt a lot of damage, and I rolled well enough that I could kind of include a multi-hit feature. So it could hit multiple enemies. They had to be within 5 blocks. They had to be within 5 feet of you. So at a maximum, you could hit like 9 enemies, because they would surround you. That weapon saw so much use. It was so much fun. I made a staff, my quarterstaff specifically, infused with the lightning bolt spell. And I made lightning bolt spell, which is a 3rd level spell, which deals a lot of damage. So it was designed a little differently. It was trying to be balanced a bit better. So it was designed so that it could basically cast a spell, but only cast a spell once a day, which is fine. It's completely okay. Other than that, if I hit with it, I dealt the damage of the spell. But I had to hit with it, so I had to be close. So Thankfully, I built Dinar to have a stupid high AC. At this point in time, he had like a 5. Plus 5. He had 18. In my current campaign, he's at 19, and it's actually going to go up a bit because of a few things I'm going to be making. One, I'm going to be making something to help shield me, and two, I'm going to take ability score improvement. I should have checked him. To my dexterity, so that I have better armor, because my dexterity is dependent upon my armor. The higher my dex, the higher my armor. To a maximum of plus 5, because I can only cap out at 20. I could do my charisma, it would make my spells hit harder, but I'm more interested in not being hit. So the thing I was getting to with that whole debacle was the fact that Dinar gathered all the bodies of the ropers to reduce them to ash and set them ablaze. And just for the fun of it, I detailed that Dinar was basically dancing around the fire going, ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga chaka. Because I think it was funny. My friends were with the guards as Dinar was doing this, and they're like, yeah, he's like that. He's special. So, after our rest, and after Dinar gets his ashes, we make it into the city, into the town hall, where the goblins have... the goblins and the bugbears have basically set up shop. And we set off a signal, and the army that's outside, the Dinar was going to be sharpness 1, bastard. So we fight our way through them and kind of bait them out and do some things. We fight through the building and don't alert anyone on the outside. On the outside, there's a group of goblins, and we just recently leveled up. I recently got access to spells like Fireball at this point in time. There's a hill giant out there as well with them in the courtyard. So we peek our heads through and we don't go charging in. Dinar's like, let me cast Fireball. And I kill like 40 of them. It was great. It felt so good. And then we killed the rest of them. As the army that's outside unleashes the arrows of Thunderwave that Dinar gave to them as a test. Because Dinar, instead of making permanent magic items, because that was harder, he made temporary magic items. He could only really use the spell once, and he did them in things that could be used at range. So bolts, sling bullets, and arrows were most common. He did arrows. He did about 5 Thunderwave arrows. Gave them the army as a test run. Basically, what he wanted was he wanted their patronage. He wanted them to take him up and actually like buy the stuff from him. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I need Unbreaking 3. I have Looting, which I should grab while I'm here. 4, 3, Power 5, 55, Feather 4. Prop 4. I don't have another book right now. I'm gonna need more emeralds. Goodness. Let me make an anvil quickly. 3. So as they are handling the last of the enemies outside, the Narnis friends, mending for the 15th time, hear the booms of those arrows going off as they hit the wall to take out the guards on. And they liberate the town. They do a great job, and they have a great feast afterwards. Things go amazingly. Honestly, they do. So. And then they head back to where they were, and they consider buying a house. But then they come to the realization that the town they're in is not going to be where they're going to be permanently. In fact, they are going to travel to the Dragonborn Empire, which wasn't called the Dragonborn Empire. I can't remember exactly what it's called. It was the continent across the ocean. But that is where I'll leave off that story. I gotta end this. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. I'd love to talk to you guys. Have a great day.